I think it would be, I think you'd have riots. I think you'd have riots. I think bad things would happen. I really do. I believe that. I wouldn't lead it, but I think bad things would happen.
You hear that? That's Republican frontrunner Donald Trump predicting riots if the GOP tries to take the nomination from him at the convention this summer. Welcome back to RIP. With us for part two, you've already met State Rep Sheldon Neely and hip-hop Republican Brandon Bryce. Next to him, a woman who knows politics inside and out. She's tough, she's smart, she has her own public relations firm and her own radio show, weekdays 4 to 7 on 9:10 a.m. Karen Dumas is with us. And also Thayrone, a passionate conservative known for challenging Democrats and Republicans. You can hear him weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. on Wham! Radio, 1600 a.m. And, of course, we all know Charlie, so let's rip. Did you hear that, Brandon? A guy you supported just a few weeks ago talking about riots in the street. Now, how do you take what he said? Is that a threat or a warning?
Well, you know what? It's funny. I actually think it's a warning, but it's what the people want. The guy is winning. We're looking at poll numbers. He's leading in the race. And I think it would actually be a detriment, unfortunately, to the Republican Party to try to pull some funny business or a brokered convention to say we don't want this guy. If the American people want this guy, for better or for worse, it's a democracy. Now, the question is if you have Hillary and him at the end, can he beat Hillary? And I think the numbers are there. I think the numbers are there.
Thayrone, what do you think?
Well, the riots in the streets are not going to be Donald Trump. They're going to be MoveOn.org, of which Hillary was a part not too long ago. George Soros funded. That's already the threat straight up. They're starting with their campaign in April 11th through 16th. They're going from Philadelphia to D.C., and they're threatening to burn the joint down if they don't get rid of Donald Trump.
Well, there's a lot of money on both sides. The Koch brothers put up hundreds of millions. $200 million has been spent on Bush, Rubio, and mainstream Republican candidates, all of it wasted, and now you got Trump out there in first place and dictating what happens in the convention. He has not only hijacked the nomination, he has hijacked your party.
He is a media genius, and if we've learned anything from this race, it's what $1 billion can do in the media.
I'm shocked.
Bottom line.
I'm shocked that the Republicans are not going together. We're talking about this earlier. Get together, back Trump. Get together. No, you think Kasich's going to win? Come on, he's not going to win. Cruz not going to win.
Here's the bottom.
Best thing, come together. And the best thing for the Democrats.
Here's the bottom line. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, the establishment lost. And that's what this they're
being shredded, man. They're being shredded.
So they're being shredded.
Meanwhile, you know, Donald Trump has already, I guess, started a campaign ad against Hillary. Have you seen this ad that he's running now against Hillary? He has her doing things that we might not expect a presidential candidate to do. Now, at the time Hillary did that, she was making a joke. But as soon as I heard her do that, I said, oh, no, that's going to come back to haunt her
Howard Dean,
throughout the campaign. Howard Dean.
Yes, yeah.
So, Democrats, don't get too smug.
Right, well, you know, I don't know if I'm more afraid of Donald Trump or the riots in the street. I think I may prefer more riots than Donald Trump over a free nation, you know, controlling our country. We've already seen what happens in Michigan with a rogue governor, but what happens to America with the rogue president?
But, Karen, you have seen many elections. Some people are calling Donald Trump the Great White Hope because he appeals to the white working class union members who used to vote Democratic, but who may this time vote Republican, at least for a man who promises to tear off those contracts, tear them up.
But this is the big thing that we're not paying attention to, is that Donald Trump is a reflection of what a lot of people in America feel and have not said for at least the last 8 years. And so that needs to be at the top of everybody's agenda. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of frustration because of social and economic conditions. There are a lot of unresolved issues. So if anything, if nothing else, Donald Trump has brought those to the forefront.
Last 8 years? Let's go back to 1992 and NAFTA. That's what you're seeing right now. People are mad. The people with dirt under their fingernails that had their manufacturing jobs ripped out from underneath them are right now talking through Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is saying those things that we say in the kitchen table when we think no one's listening.
You say those things at the kitchen table?
Some Americans do. Not me. Not me.
Well, I'm part of the working class. I'm a union member. You know, he doesn't appeal to me, not my community, not any of my friends. He doesn't appeal his thoughts, his ideas.
Many of your friends like
him. None of my friends like him. Well, let me find out who they are, and we'll excommunicate them very quickly. But he doesn't appeal to me or the working class men and women that I represent as a union man.
But they're there, and we talked about that last time we were here. Trump is doing something, but let's not forget Ted Cruz. He just might end up getting this. But Donald Trump is bringing together Democrats, I don't think so either, but Democrats and Republicans, like hasn't been done before. They're crossing party lines to support him.
And you have to admit he is bringing more voters to the table, certainly more voters to the Republican Party than we've seen in decades.
Which the Republican Party has had a major challenge with since the start of all this. Remember, they started out, what did you guys start out with, 13 candidates? I mean,
17.
And they've had a branding issue. Who are they? Who are the candidates? What do they stand for? Way back from the days with Sarah Palin. I mean, they're all over the place, but this isn't what should be bringing them together or defining either party.
Well, you talked about this secret meeting. I've heard reports that today that a dozen of the richest Republicans in the nation did indeed meet in Washington today, 2 blocks from the White House, to try to find a way to keep Trump from getting to the White House. But they have yet to find the solution.
They can't do it.
Well,
and it's that thing that now you're talking about. If the people want him, he's the people's champ. Don't come in between it or you'll be burned.
But if he's close at the time of the convention, if he doesn't actually get the 1237, if that's the number, if he's close to it, they should give it to him, because I think he's got a point there. And this is what the people want. Give it to them.
They can't
if he gets on the first, if you can't disenfranchise the people, that's right. And all this talk about Trump, what is Hillary Clinton doing? She's sitting back and she's either laughing about this or she's getting real nervous, though, because once Trump is in the forefront all the time, Trump is a genius. He communicates so well. I would watch.
He not only controls the Republican Party now, the old guard does not anymore, he also in some senses controls the media. When Donald Trump decided to cancel his appearance at a Fox News debate next week, Fox canceled the entire debate.
It's raining.
It's the Kardashian thing. You know, everybody likes, we're into foolishness. You know, we're into flash. Nobody's looking at substance. Donald Trump hasn't said anything that makes sense to any intelligent person in this country at all.
So in the words of 100%. Charles Krauthammer, has this campaign now become one of insults instead of ideas? Who can speak the dozens better? Who can insult his opponent in a way that knocks him or her down?
That what makes Donald Trump powerful is he's not speaking the king's language like Romney did. He's talking straight to the middle guy. He's talking straight to the larger masses of the American people. People can understand this guy, and for some reason, this is their guy, and they trust him. And unfortunately, they don't trust Hillary.
But that's the whole Appalachian thing, you know. I mean, it is.
Hold on, my realtor's from Appalachian.
Well, okay, well, but the point is that there are a lot of white people in this country that feel as though, you know, I don't like being treated like I'm black. I don't like being treated. Well, okay, but I'm using that just to distinguish between the two.
There are very few blacks and minorities supporting.
Yeah, and so, but you have to understand, and there's a lot of frustration. The economic divide continues to grow, and people don't like the way things are, and so, you know, Trump is speaking, unfortunately, grammatically incorrect to a lot of people across the country.
I've been doing that all my life.
And look where it's gotten you.
Worked out pretty well for you.
I've been doing that except with a preposition.
So should Kasich drop out?
Oh, yeah.
Does he have even a remote chance of
long time ago?
Does Kasich have a chance at the presidency? At this point, probably not. Could he be Trump's VP? Strong possibility. Strong possibility.
Yeah. But the Republicans should unite. The Democrats are going to. Bernie should drop out too. We know who the people are right now. Let's do it. Bernie is
I disagree with that. Bernie and Hillary, when you look at, I saw a pie chart today, there's so much left untaken, and they're not that far off from each other.
But I think that, frankly, Bernie is her best choice for VP. But we'll see. Panel, we thank you for your comments and your insights. All right, now Charlie is going to take the show on the road. Stay with us. Much more ahead. Of course, we think we know who the final two will be. You talk to the people.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. So I went out to the people, asked them, who do you think, if it were those two, what would happen now?
If the election were held today, what do you think? Who would you vote for?
Kasich.
Ted Cruz.
Bernie Sanders.
It's a lot like trying to figure out which STD is best for you. Right now, it looks like it comes down to Trump and Hillary.
Let me call my lifeline. Yeah. Who would you vote for today? Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders.
But he's probably not going to win.
I know, and it's either vote with my head or vote with my heart.
Bernie's out. Say Hillary is in, Donald Trump. Those are the two. This is it. Comes down to the wire. Who?
I'll have to wait till I get to the voting booth for that.
Donald Trump, it looks like he's going to get the nomination.
Yeah, it does. Well, you know what? If he gets it, then I'll move into Canada.
No, it's all about me. It's all about me. I've got the votes. I'm not owned. Oh, there's people booing. Yeah, that's special interest. That's paying for Jeb or for Cruz or Mario.
A female leader is something that this country may not be ready for.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Please do not bring up Benghazi.
Is your vote for Hillary more a vote against Trump or for Hillary?
Well, I think she has the experience.
What do you think of that first debate between Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump? Would you watch it?
I think that Donald cleans her clock.
They just seem to go at each other and they don't talk about the issues.
Well, if those are the two, Trump, Hillary, what do you think?
Oh, man, I'm going to keep that between myself and the voting booth.
Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, who do you think is going to win it?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But I'd vote for Mr. Bryce here over Trump, and I'd take Charlie over Hillary.
Brandon, what do you think?
You know, honestly, I can't call it at this point. I think Donald Trump does have the numbers, but I still think the broker convention, we're going to have a wild card. I think there's going to be something that happens. This is going to be a historic.
Even though there could be riots in the streets.
Keep watching.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton, you know, Donald Trump, insane, disguised as sanity very, very often. But Hillary Clinton all the way.
Thayrone.
It's all anecdotal at this part. Charlie, everybody you talk to there has an opinion, but they're going to rally around. They'll pull the wagons in a circle. If Donald Trump gets the nomination, people will come to it because they don't want to go further into the gates of abject progressive socialist hell.
Okay.
Charlie? I don't even know what that means. Listen, I think
we're living it right now.
She's still a woman. She's still, there's a factor there. She may take some very moderate Republicans. It's too close to call at this point in time, but don't count out Trump.
Oh, no question about it. Even though Hillary is 15 to 11 points ahead of Trump in the national polls right now, it's going to be a lot closer as the election nears. Panel, we thank you for your comments and insights, and thank you for watching this edition of Let It Rip.
The Let It Rip discussion continues online. Sound off on Facebook, Twitter, or fox2detroit.com.